Hi, everybody, and welcome again to Wingman Wisdom. If you're new to the channel, I am a former campground owner, a lifelong lover of camping and RVing and all things outdoor related. And I am a lover of reading books and expanding my mind. You know, when I was young, I used to think that I was pretty smart. And now that I'm old, the more I read, the more I find out I'm not all that smart. But I think that you do become wiser as you live, and that's what Wingman Wisdom is all about. It's like my virtual campfire where we swap stories, we swap opinions, not to get everybody to agree with one another, but to get you to think and hopefully make some better decisions. So today, I want to answer some questions that, and I must tell you, if you're new to the channel, I want to be helpful to people, and I want to be kind, I want to be thoughtful, I don't want to be, come across as ugly, but sometimes it's really hard. You know, people are afraid sometimes to ask questions because they don't want to say, well, this is a stupid question. But most of the time, there's really not a stupid question if you've done your homework. If you understand where you're going and you have a question, then the person that's going to give you the answer, well, if you're really looking for the answer, it's not going to be a stupid question. Let's see if that makes any sense. I have a free RV report. I talk about it often here on Wingman Wisdom, and you can download it. I've had many thousands of people that have downloaded this report. When you download my report, it will help prevent you from being ripped off. It will help you save money when buying or selling an RV. And you will go on my email list. I don't sell your information to anybody. I'm not trying to farm you for any reason. I just want to stay in touch with you, let you know if I see some things happening in the way of the RV industry, or I don't know if I got an upcoming subject that you might want to pay particular attention to. So I don't bombard you with emails. So I send out these weekly emails to people on my list. And many times they write back with something that there's no way that I can answer. As much as I want to be try to be nice, I just can't answer in the way that they probably want me to. So let's jump over to the screen. Forgive me in advance if I come across too direct, too ugly, because I'm not trying to do that. I am trying to help you. I read every single email. I read all the comments. And most of the people that watch Wingman Wisdom are old. They are. Most of them are old men like me. I wish that more young people would just give this a few minutes. If you're a young person, if you're under 50 years old, if you're 40 years old or younger, I wish that you would listen with an open mind, because I don't have all the answers. I don't think any of us do. But that you listen with an open mind, and if you go, you might share it with other young people. I want to help people avoid making some really big mistakes, not just in RVing, but in life. So let's jump over to the shared screen right now. And I've got an email from Delton. Says, we are very new RVers. We're committed to purchasing our first travel trailer. That's awesome. If you're going to purchase your first or your fifth or your 10th, I want you to download my free RV report. You will learn so much, but it does take you a few minutes to read it. Read it. You'll learn a lot. Delton says the problem we're having is that there are no Wingman approved dealers in North or South Carolina, and we're not convinced it's worth driving 3 states away. We're going to buy a travel trailer. Is it worth driving 6 to 8 hours? Signed, Delton. All right. It's impossible for me to answer that question that gives a one-size-fits-all. See if you can understand where I'm going with this. If you buy from a dealer that's right around the corner from you, but it's the wrong RV, was that a good deal? Well, it's close to you. You wanted somebody close by. If you have to travel a ways to buy a really good RV from a really good dealer, is it worth it? Well, you may not think so when you're driving that 6 to 8 hours, but after you own that RV for many, many years, you may go, oh, thank God I drove that way. Thank God I did business with that dealer. I have a network that I am trying to build, not just me, but my team is trying to build, called RV Dealers I Trust. Simple concept. It is a network of primarily family-owned, smaller RV dealerships that give a crap about their customers. They want to make a sale. Certainly they want to make a sale, but they want to make a sale not just today, but they want to sell you an RV in several years and several more years. They want you to be so thrilled with your experience that you will tell your friends and neighbors about them. The little man, the little woman, the little dealer in this country is being crushed by the dealerships with the great big American flags, and they sponsor all these NASCAR things and all kinds of things that the mom and pop dealership cannot sponsor. But guess what they can do? better than the big chains. They can take care of people. They give a fair price. They take care of you before, during, and after the sale. So is it worth driving 6 to 8 hours? I think if you buy the right RV from the right dealer, Delton, it is absolutely worth it. Do you go sight unseen? No. Do your homework. Read the free RV report. Ask questions. But you have to be realistic. Too often, I think nowadays that we want every single thing our way, and if it's not, we're going someplace else. Well, you're not going to find an RV. You're not going to find an RV dealer, another human being that agrees with you on every single thing. It's impossible. I think sometimes people say, well, it's got to fill out these boxes, and they're using that as an excuse because they're not going to buy an RV. They're not. They may want to buy an RV, but it's a good excuse when they say, well, they didn't this, they didn't that. If you want to buy an RV, you're going to buy one. But do it the smart way. At least that's my opinion. Let's look at the next one. This says, to buy or not to buy. This is from Donna. Donna says, my husband and I are in our 60s. We're considering purchasing a used, older travel trailer. This will be our first. We'll be paying cash, no more than $25,000. We're requiring an outside inspection to be done at our expense to rule out any major issues. I don't want to read the rest of it yet. Does that sound smart? To get somebody, a independent set of eyes that has some experience to look at your travel trailer, your motorhome that you're thinking about buying, especially if it's going to be your first one? I think it does. So let's continue. The campers we've narrowed down look well cared for. We're unsure whether to buy anyway and have the inspection when we have it home. At least we will know for sure if there are any issues and then deal with them. Your thoughts? Why would you want to have an inspection after you buy it? I mean, you're going to pay for an inspector to come out, $500, $1,000, whatever it happens to be. They're going to come out and go, yep, your roof's shot. And you go, well, that's okay. Wouldn't you like to know that beforehand? In my free RV report, I talk about inspections. They're not mandatory. They are good common sense for somebody that's never owned an RV before. At least in my opinion, they are. So much of this information is available. Going back to what I said at the beginning of the video about, well, I don't want to ask a stupid question. Well, if you don't know anything about it, nothing. If common sense isn't normal for you, you're probably not going to like what I have to say. And I'm not trying to be ugly to you, Donna. Why would you buy an RV if you have to have an inspection? You have to have one. Get it done before you buy your RV. Don't wait till afterwards and you bought a problem child. You don't want that. It's just common sense. And I know a lot of y'all are going to say, well, common sense ain't so common anymore. Don't I know it? All right, let's go to the next one. This is somebody that wants to buy a used motorhome out of state. It says buying used motorhome out of state. I just announced my retirement date, July of this year. I'm looking for a short Class A to see the country with my wife, who's also retiring. I'd like to find a used Winnebago Adventure 27N built pre-pandemic. I found one for sale in Florida, Optimum RV, that I'm interested in. The dealer listed price is $110,000. I have a feeling that they will negotiate. Okay. I don't know who Optimum RV is. I really don't. And I don't know if $110,000 is a good price, a fair price. I don't know. But if you were this gentleman and you were looking at buying a motorhome out of state, and you had found one that you kind of liked, what would you do? Well, what this gentleman did is he decided to write to me. I'm not trying to be ugly. He decided to write to me instead of doing what I think is the obvious. Let's continue. I would obviously like to travel to see the unit before buying, but don't want to waste my time unless I can get an acceptable price from them. I have not yet discussed price with them. For reference, a similar unit in my area sold in a private sale for around $90,000. Do you think that the next step might be to contact the dealer or the seller? I don't know. That's probably what I would do. What would you do? I'd contact the seller. Find out how flexible they are. That's what I would do. It says, pardon me for coughing. I'm okay, but I think it's my blood pressure medication that makes me do this coughing thing. I'd also like to pay for a complete independent inspection before I buy. But again, I don't want to commit to that until I look at the unit myself and get a price. Going back to inspections and the email I read before, an inspection, more and more people are getting inspections. I think there's a lot of people that are very paranoid. I think an inspector is, sometimes it's a necessary evil. My concern is that not all inspectors are created equal, and finding a good one might not be so easy. But to get an inspection is not a bad idea. But if your RV is out of state, you're going to buy from a dealer out of state. What you want, I believe, is you want complete transparency and honesty, even if it's stuff that you don't want to hear. If the dealer or the seller paints this rosy picture and you get there, you're like, why didn't you tell me about the dent over there? Why didn't you tell me about the roof leak over here? Why didn't you, if somebody omits that information, important information, what does it tell you about their character? Do you want to buy something from them? What else did they not tell you about? But if somebody's honest and gives you the real honest truth about the condition of the RV, good, bad, anything in between, isn't that what you want? So if you call this dealership and you think that the market price is around 90 grand, the way my approach would be is to say, look, I'm kind of a bottom line guy. I don't dicker back and forth. I want an out the door price. What's the lowest you can go? Because my budget is $90,000 out the door. I don't expect a perfect RV, but I expect you to be honest with me. I'm going to be direct and honest with you so we don't waste each other's time. That's the way I would approach this. And if you're too far apart to begin with, hang up the phone and move on to the next one. There's a lot of RVs for sale right now. But in terms of getting the inspection, once you agree to the price, you can let them know that you want to get an inspection at your expense. Most of the time, the seller, the dealer's going to say, hey, as long as you're going to pay for it, I'm okay with that. However, I understand you don't want to pay for an inspection, then find out that there's something that they didn't let you know about. So agree on a price. Agree on the out-the-door sales price of the RV. Understand the exact condition and whatever is wrong. And then tell them this. I want to hire an inspector at my expense, except if the inspector comes out and finds anything that is, more than $500 to repair, any problem in that RV, it could be more than $100, more than $500, more than $1,000 to repair. If the inspector comes out and finds something that you've not disclosed that we don't know about, you seller, either have to fix it or you have to reduce the sales price so I can fix it, or you get to pay for the inspection and I can walk. Now, if the dealer's not willing to do that, I would question the integrity of that dealer. To me, it just makes common sense. Yes, it takes a few phone calls. You've got to be direct with these people. They are not all crooks. They're not. Do they all want to make money? No, they don't want to make money. Hell yeah, they want to make money. But most people just want to be fair. They really do. So if you're looking at an RV from out of state, call and talk to the seller. If you're going to PPL, who is my consignment dealer that I send people to, they'll give you what the bottom line to make an offer. Tell them what you want to do. Just be honest. Don't try to take advantage of, I'm going to be tricky. That never works out, at least not in my view. This goes on, it says, I'm not in a rush to buy, but do not want to pass up a good opportunity. I have cash to buy, do not need financing. I've had a 25-foot Class C 14 years that I sold 4 years ago. I'm capable of maintaining and repairing just about anything coach related. What is the best way to handle a price negotiation considering the timing of traveling to Florida to see it and arranging for an independent inspection? So I think I covered some of that. Lou, I'm hopeful, and Delton and whoever the other person was, I'm hopeful that you accept these answers in the spirit with which that they are given. I can't tell you exactly what to do. This is not like making Toll House cookies, chocolate chip cookies. You turn the oven on, mix this, put that, put it on an ungreased cookie sheet, stick it in, 12 to 15 minutes, you pull it out, and there's your perfect cookie. Buying an RV isn't like that. It's more of an art. It is a process. And I think it's kind of like dancing with somebody for the first time. When you call up a seller, you're hopefully going to get in sync with them, with the dance. Hopefully the seller's going to be honest with you. If you feel awkward, if you feel something's off, trust your gut. If you're selling your RV and somebody calls you up and whatever, and you feel they're pulling your chain, they probably are. So again, I go back to what I began with about my free RV report. If you've downloaded my free RV report and read it, please drop a comment below. Let people who won't take the time to even order it, let them know what you think about it. It doesn't have everything, for crying out loud. You can't put everything in this free RV report. But I think I've hit a lot of stuff, and if you just get one or two things out of that free RV report, you'll save a lot of money. It could prevent you from being ripped off. Having, as they say, having your face ripped off financially. I want to help you. Again, I don't have all the answers, but I have a lot of experience making mistakes and making some good decisions from time to time. But I'd like to know what you think. Drop a comment below. If you've not yet downloaded the free RV report, go to freervreport.com. It'll take you 1 minute. I want your name and your email address. I think that's all we need. And then you're going to get not only the report, but you will receive an email from me each and every Sunday. I send them out at 6 p.m. Central Time. If you ever want to get off my email list, it takes like 2 seconds to do. If you ever want to jump back on, well, you are more than welcome around my virtual campfire. So I know this video went long, but I appreciate you spending some time with me today. Thank you so much. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you in the next video.